Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with a new series. This one is going to be on Ixion. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. This game is pretty cool. We start to build a city on a space station. So if that sounds pretty cool with you, stick around, and we will jump into it.
Launch control, we have Tycoon clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Flight procedures, check. Guidance go.
EA algorithm online.
Attested safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad.
Minus 30 seconds.
Deflectors out. Ignition. Lift off.
Launch sequence complete. EMB Charon heading for low Earth orbit. Transferring data to inhabit.
Keep it on.
Visualize the proximity Tycoon structure.
PPS Tycoon to EMD share. You have clearance for final approach. EMD share. You have been assigned to Tycoon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers. Shuttle EMV Charon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchi decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future. Administrator, I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tycoon. In accordance with the Munchi Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tycoon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolos colonization tests.
All right, so that is all the good intro stuff on Ixion. So here we are at our first sector on the ship. We are going to have several of these transmissions here playing a little bit here. We got Eden, the PA of the Tycoon. So we'll have a couple of visitations from a couple other people here. So let's check out the next transmission.
Administrator, I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks personally. I'm Dolos' cryonics lead, Marduk council member Giovanni Battista. So, let's see. Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tycoon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do here, we have to do a little bit of a cleanup. So all these little things around here are going to be things that we are going to be able to take advantage of. So what we want to do first here is, well, we're going to go ahead and follow our little mission here, build a workshop. So what we'll do, we'll go to our internal construction, and we're going to go ahead and get a workshop. So I think a good spot for this will be up over in here. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. And then we also have stockpile small. Stores up to 100 units of a single resource. So we're going to go ahead and grab one of those. I think I'm going to go for 2, 3, because we want to have, well, I guess only 2 for now. We want to have 1 for alloys, and we want to have 1 for food, and we're going to have 1 for polymers, at least to begin with here. We want 1 for everything, of course, but for now, I'm just going to stick with the basics. So let's go ahead and get this guy set up for an alloy. You can see now that this turned into a little I-beam symbol. We're going to attach a road to it. Let's go ahead and we'll drag a little road in there like so. And then I am going to connect these other points with a little bit of road action. The bar on the top is going to be our resources. You can see we have iron here being changed into alloys, carbon into polymers, silicon into electronics, and then we have hydrogen, waste, ice that is going to be used for water, and then food, and then cryogenic pods, science points, and then our population breakdown. We're going to go ahead and work on a couple of our objectives here. So connect the workshop with a road. So we can easily do that. We did that already over with these other couple buildings. So we'll go ahead and tie that in. So now we have to connect the stockpile to a supply. And the way that we do that is with these roads. So once they get the roads built up here, we should be able to harvest some of this good stuff. Okay, now we are able to because we have the stockpile connected to the road. And you can see we have the option to click on all sorts of these I-beam icons over in here. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to go for this one first. And then the little bots. We're going to go run over there, pick that stuff up, bring it to storage. And we'll utilize it for the storage point from now on. I'm going to go ahead and mark a couple more for cleanup. And I want to get this guy out of the way as well over in here. So we're going to build a road and be able to reach that, I think.
Administrator, I have established a connection with Dolus's lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Administrator, Mr. Dolos has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolos' lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork. Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munchi, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there's a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being reported by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
Okay, so with all that blathering out of the way, what I've kind of been doing here as she's been talking is I did put in the docking bay here, so this is going to be able to allow us to have some contact with some exterior vessels. It'd be pretty great. And then, of course, I put in the tech lab up over in here, but we're trying to get some roadways to it so we can get it constructed here. So we're going to go ahead and tie another road there. We got both of our stockpiles that are designated for alloys are all full up. So they're going to be pulling from that as we create some of these other things. Let's see what we got here. We got an event. Communal dining. Administrator, Tycoon crew members are currently unable to access food supplies. Protocols direct the construction of a mess hall. This building is designed to distribute food from our stockpiles to the crew. Okay, so we can ensure access to that. That's pretty easy. We're going to go ahead and find food, mess hall, and we're going to get a mess hall deployed over in here. We'll pop that guy down right there. That'll be looking great. And I do want to bring the roads over. I haven't played this game a whole lot, but I'm under the suspicion that these little areas with the arrows here are going to be what connect us to other parts of the space station. So I want to not block those. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this out like so. So we need also a stockpile for polymer. We got a 40 polymer here. So what I think we'll do, I'm going to reassign this stockpile to be polymer. And I think that will, good. It'll do just what I wanted it to do. It'll empty out the alloy and then make room for polymer.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council member Henri Dialog.
All right, so we have another transmission coming in here. So what I'm going to keep doing is just picking things up while we listen to this guy talk.
Bonjour, Administrator. What a wonderful day to embrace our fate, don't you think? I'm Henri Dialog, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabi, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtangites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtangites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabi will provide us with a source of food whilst carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic connectors. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
Okay, so what that guy was basically saying is we have friends outside of just this ship here, and we will be able to contact them and get things from them once we are able to create the cargo ships that are going to be able to interact with the other people. So we're going to go ahead. We have to, of course, get this guy in our highway system here. I'm having a little bit of problems getting rid of this supply here. So hopefully with this connection, we should be able to build this guy up and create the cargo ship that we are requiring. So we also are looking for the cargo ship, of course, and a science ship at the docking bay. So we got to get this thing built up before we can do any of that. So we're working on it. In the meantime, I think I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple of crew quarters over in here. Let's go for a couple. These are 3x3s, so not bad. So we got the resources to this guy. Now we're waiting for it to get built up while our houses are being completed. So over here, we also have the infirmary, the capacity to heal up to 15 injured crew members at the same time. I'm going to absolutely get this guy in before it's too late, before we need it, so that we have it running already. Let's go ahead and we'll sneak this guy in about right there. Should work fine. Okay, great. Lots of stuff to build. And that means we can mark a couple more things to get gathered up. Eventually, we'll have this all cleaned up and it'll look much better. A couple other things to be concerned about here is the hull integrity. And then we have the trust in the administrator. So that's us, of course. So this is the happiness of the people. And then power is a very, very critical piece of this, of course. We're in space, so we need power to do things. So we need to watch our power consumption here. So right now we have 13. Although Dolo's employment contracts make it clear that a high degree of flexibility is required, the situation is beginning to take its toll on morale. So let's go ahead and request additional staff from the Urshanabi, or we can say working a few more hours when in the future of humanity is at stake is hardly a sacrifice if we push on. Let's request additional staff. I think that'll be a better play. Okay, ready for extraction 20 people, and we're going to go ahead and end that. And we have another transmission coming in here. Let's go ahead and accept it.
Greetings, Administrator. I'm Dr. Abhinav Munchi, Dolo's expert in compartmentalism and medicine, and a member of the Marduk Council. I'm glad to finally meet you, even in this digital manner. Your psychological test results were quite impressive. My friend and colleague, Philip Stanford, couldn't be here today, so I will take the role of introducing you to the final stages of the Vol engine integration. Before we get into that, however, we would like you to complete the testing station's exploration and enhancement capabilities. You'll then be able to begin researching the EVA airlock and assess its compatibility with the Tycoon's core systems. I hope that the work of our team will ensure that you are equipped to deal with most situations you encounter up there. Before I leave you, Stanford would like me to remind you that space is a far less fanciful and forgiving environment than science fiction would have us believe. It would be wise to remember that.
And now we need to construct the Vol engine and also working on the airlock. So we are researching that. We should have it shortly here, and we should be able to build the airlock. Now, while that guy was talking, I did uncheck some of these buildings back here, and that was because I wanted to focus on harvesting this one right in here. I wanted to have enough room for our airlock because, as you can see, it doesn't quite jive very nicely. So we have 28 alloy that we have to do something with. Let's go ahead and set it up to be brought to our food spot for now. We have the 10 stored up in our mess hall, so we'll be okay for food for a little bit. Let's get this stuff picked up. And while we are sitting here waiting for that, let's go back to our tech tree and see what else we can get into. I think I want to go ahead and grab the insect farm to get some food for us here. So we're going to go ahead and research that. And let's go back to our planetary view and do what we have going on. We're up in Mars. The UN has established a facility on Mars. Its crew are currently lacking the materials required to repair a critical fault in their oxygen supply. They have submitted an official request to Dolos for aid. So we have a couple options here. We have repair the fault in exchange for resources. And we need 20 alloy for that. Repair the fault in exchange for research data. I feel like that could be good. But that's for 10 alloy and 10 polymer. We don't have a ton of polymer or refuse to help this facility. I think we're going to go for the research data and we can see what that is. We're going to go ahead and select our cargo ship here, and we are going to say yes. So they're going to go ahead and grab that stuff from our main base. And you can see a ship is on the way here. So great. And we have cleaned up this little area. So let's go ahead and get the road out of there. And let's get our airlock completed over in here. So look at that. We have plenty of space now. Looking great. Go ahead and get that going. And I am going to delete this road eventually here. I want to keep working our way this way. Keep cleaning up this stuff. Oh, we do have 10 alloy there. That's ready to go out. So once the cargo ship gets here, that's good to go. We did complete our insect farm as well. So let's go ahead and get a couple of these guys started up. We're going to need to produce our own food here pretty quickly. I think this will be a good spot, so we're going to go ahead and toss it down right there. And let's just do the one for now. Remember, we are having electrical problems at this point, so anything that we build like that is not going to have enough power to operate just yet. I want to get it allocated. Okay, so this guy has the materials and is now getting completed. All right, so now we're kind of in a pickle again with our power situation. So we're at 72 demand. And the airlock is complete, requiring 12. So we gotta cut something off. And for now, I think we're gonna go for the tech lab. We have most of the things that we can do, that we can research now anyways. So the airlock is good to go. Let's go for external construction. Build on the outside of this thing. And it looks like we have several solar panels set. And let's go ahead and check these out. So we have solar panels here, extra ones here. And then we have the Vol engine and the solar panels. So let's go ahead and we'll do a solar panel set. Full repair will be temporarily paused. That's fine. So we'll get that researched, and then let's get the Vol engine also on the way as well. You can see that queued up over in here, looking for that 10 polymer and the 100 alloy over in here. And it looks like our food situation got built up. So let's go ahead and turn that back off to restore power to our facility. At least until we can get some of these goodies going. But look at this. We need these polymer that we have turned off. Let's go ahead and toggle that. And now we will have access to the polymer we need. Let's also mark a couple more of these things for gathering for alloy. So we have enough alloy that we can utilize to do some of this stuff around here. Okay, so now we have 40 available power. Excellent. Let's go ahead and, well, let's turn our stockpile back on. First of all, we're going to go ahead for food. Turn that back on. And then let's get some of these housing situations up and operational so that we don't have any homeless people. Looks like we got some hungry people. Also not great. Let's get our insect farm back up and running. and it looks like we are good in Mars. So let's go ahead and we'll buzz back out up there. The oxygen supply system has been repaired, and the relationship between Dolos and our competitor has improved by 42%. Ready for extraction, 10 science points, and data listening protocol. And we need to get our cargo ship back over in here. This is that supply ship, and they are providing us with food right now. Oh, we have an incoming transmission.
Administrator, because of your continued successful management of the Tycoon, Dolos have authorized the dispatch of new crew members and food supplies.
Nice.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
All right, bring the remaining workers from the Ushirabi on board the Tycoon. 0 out of 100. So we are going to be needing a lot more housing. So let's go ahead and get a bunch more crew housing here. These are 15 apiece, so that's 60. That's 90. Oh, we can fit one more back here. Excellent. Look at that. Okay, let's get that stuff built up, and let's go ahead and check out this event. Impending starvation. Food supplies are dwindling. Okay, let's pledge that there will be 3 insect farms in the Tycoon within 10 cycles. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. All right, so we need insect farm. Good thing we got these things researched. And there's 3. We'll get those built up. We got the things to do it. Let's do it. We can see here we're at 80 out of the 100 of those people that are joining us. That's excellent. We're getting there. Let's go back over in our tech lab. We should be able to flip that back on. And is there anything else we can research? Yes. Probe launcher. Let's go ahead and do that for 30 science.
Administrator, the different phases of preparation, calibration, and verification were successfully completed. You must now start the full bonding procedure. Dolos protocols now deem you competent to gather resources, knowledge, and test colonization routines once you reach Proxima Centauri. Before you do so, Vanir Dialog, Marduk Council founder and Dolos CEO, wants to talk to you.
Oh boy, the bigwig is wanting to talk to us. Okay, next
Hello,
transmission.
Administrator. I'm glad to see that you have managed to complete your assignments in preparation for this unique moment in history. You must understand that this is not simply another chapter in humanity's story. The book of our life on Earth is over, and we stand now at its epilogue. It saddens me to think that there are many who have yet to comprehend the reality of our situation. We've endured endless cycles of war, crisis, and famine. Still, the worst is yet to come. There are others like Dolos who have prepared for this outcome, but most of our kind remain sheltered from the horror of the predicament we find ourselves in. This pale ghost of civilization will wither and die, and with it, the tenets and values of the past. As we prepare to leave this system for the first time, perhaps we must decide which fragments we will pick up and take forward with us. Through Dolos, I am offering mankind an alternative means of survival. The Tycoon is a tablet upon which we will carve our new history. Do you recognize why I have done all of this? Having foreseen our fate, I became fixated on altering it. I set about fashioning the ropes and tying the knots that would bind together this magnificent ship. It is true that our time in this world is brief, but at least I can rest assured knowing that my legacy will endure for eons. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light and the many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
Pretty intense there. So the bigwig here is saying we are the last hope for humanity. We have to be able to survive out here in space, and we are the architect of that. So we're working on it. We're getting there. A couple more houses going on in the back around there while he was talking, and then we also have our probe launcher. I'm going to go ahead and make that high priority. I don't want to use up all of our alloys on just housing. I want to get this thing underway as well.
Power supply.
And then, of course, we run out of power. So what we want to do here is, I think we'll have to turn off the probe launcher. I don't have a whole lot of need for that at the moment. So we have it. That's great. It's operating, and we have food production going on. We have 30 food stored up right now and 20 in our mess hall, so that's looking great. And now we have the objective to move the Tycoon into orbit of the moon. So of course, we got to go to our planetary system map to do that. We have to move the Tycoon. We click it, and then we can select moon. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. All power from the main grid will be diverted to the systems during the 0.7 cycle tycoon movement. Sectors will be powered by batteries during the time. All right, we don't have any batteries. And there we go. We are in process of moving to the moon. Initiate a vol jump via the button in the planetary system map. There's the vol engine. Let's go ahead and do it up. Ready for activation. All right, commence the jump.
The Earth, our home, she is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. Several anomalies detected. Multiple digital security breaches found within full jump routines. Full engine critically damaged. Hull integrity compromised. Analysis confirms discrepancies between the mission clock and the apparent advanced state of the solar system. We are receiving no communication signals from Earth. Likelihood of ongoing survival stands at approximately 7.67%. Activating Marduk survival protocols. New mission objective established. Ensure humanity's survival by finding a habitable exoplanet. Urgent issues requiring immediate attention. Increase food production output. Restore hull integrity.
Okay, so we have learned that something went awry. Something that wasn't supposed to happen happened, and we are no longer communicating with Earth. But I think we'll have to take the next episode to try and figure that out. Thanks for coming and watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ixion, and I hope you have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night.